What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. And the first thing I want to talk about is Neyo and his baby mama getting into it because his baby mama Sade went berserk. Now, she recorded an interaction that she had with Neyo, and basically she was going in on him for having another chick over while he's supposed to be on father duty. And then on top of that, accusing Neyo of being addicted to illegal substances. I mean, she went in. Now, it seems like her main focus was the fact that he had another broad there while he was supposed to be taking care of the kids. But at the end of the day, I'm not blaming her for going berserk because she claims that Neyo has put paws on her and things like that. And basically she recorded the situation, and maybe she was recording the situation based off the fact that she was trying to make sure that her safety was assured. Now, what's interesting about this dynamic is the fact that during their argument, she basically referred to Neyo as Diddy Jr. and said that his story will be told soon. So that was very crazy, to say the least. Now, what I'm going to do right here is I want to go ahead and run this clip so you guys can see and hear it for yourself, because Sade went in. It was a very crazy situation, and then I'll be back to give you some more of my 2 cents on my opinion in regards to this matter.
Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling, no, I don't give a, listen. No, you know what you did. Your body slamming on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you. 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 And why we're here today. Tell him why we're here today. Refuse to remove me. Why? Because the commotion. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you?
Listen, all of that is irrelevant.
All of that is irrelevant.
And getting loud and disturbing peace.
Okay, so you calling the police like a y'all, guess what? Over what? Because he wants over the house while his kids is here. While you likes to have whole drugs and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring no in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. Tell him about the freak off. Tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the under these kids. Do y'all see a picture in his house of a kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, and these hoes. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a Diddy bop the out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. He gonna say, my daughter crying. You gotta go. But the hoe stay, huh? Don't stay? Stay?
Excuse me.
Stay? Don't stay?
Excuse me.
Don't stay?
Come on now.
Don't stay?
You're doing a lot.
Huh?
Excuse me.
Why can't you just be at home with your kids?
Why can't you just get out?
Why you can't be at home with the kids?
Excuse me.
Why you can't be at home with the kids? Is that hard for you to lay in the bed and lay down with your kids?
No, I've done it before.
No, you don't do it. That's the problem. That's why I'm here, and you know that. And you know that. And you know that, though. And you know that. And you know that. I'm on that. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your up. Man, shut your up. Shut your up. Take care of your kids and shut the bitch. Shut the up. Mr. Clean. Please stop playing with me before I slap you.
Yo.
No, shut your up. Shut your, yeah, I know I'm gonna go to jail. That's why I'm staying far away from you. The police. Shut your up. Oh.
What am I supposed to do? Fight you?
You already did that.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shut up.
Shakana!
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Now, 2 things can be true at the same time, okay? Now, I will say that Neyo probably has done some messed up things to Sade, and basically she accused him of body slamming her. And so at the end of the day, if that's true, I don't know why she's worried about him calling the police on her, because she has a leg to stand on, you know, with her claims of him putting paws on her. So that was kind of odd in itself. Now, I do notice that within that video, it seems as though that Sade is trying to provoke Neyo to do something. Like she's trying to get him caught up because she continues to go on and on and on like the Energizer Bunny, getting in his face, repeating the same thing over and over and over. And so he showed great restraint, as he should, might I add, as a man. He didn't verbally go off on her. Of course, he knew that he would be doomed if he tried to get physical with her, especially on camera. And let me make myself perfectly clear, that's something that shouldn't take place on or off camera unless that man's life is threatened. So, but at the end of the day, I will say this to Sade, you brought it on yourself. You had a whole baby with Neyo while this man was married. And that's on both of y'all. But you played a role. And so what do you expect? You thought that he was going to settle down with you? No, he did this to his wife. You think that he ain't going to do the same thing to you? You just another baby mama now. Now, I do understand the fact that Sade doesn't want other women around her children. That is something that I understand to the 10th power. And I also understand the fact that she doesn't want Neyo indulging in any type of illegal substances while he's on daddy duty, right? So I get that. I just hope that she's abiding by the same rules when she's at her house with their children. So, but at the end of the day, it's just called one word. It's called karma. And that's what you're getting right now, baby girl. That's what it is. Now, what I want to do is shift the conversation to the TikTok ban that 46 actually signed into place. So there's going to be a TikTok ban within the US. There's a lot of loopholes and a lot of hurdles that need to be jumped and crossed for this to actually happen. But either way, 46 actually signed the paperwork to push the ban of TikTok within the United States, and it has a lot of people in an uproar. And now a lot of left-leaners are basically saying that 46 has lost their vote, and basically they're going to vote for the former 45th president of the United States. So what I want to do right here is play you guys some clips in regards to people talking about this to give you some more context about the situation if you don't already know, and then I'll come back to give you my 2 cents in regards to this situation.
So Grandpa Joe signed the bill today, which means we can basically kiss this app goodbye. And well, to be fair, there is a lot of overreacting you're going to see on this app today. A lot of headlines like, it's official, TikTok is going to be banned, when technically that's not really true yet. Goodnight Moon Joey signing the bill into law today doesn't mean you're going to wake up tomorrow and then not be able to access this app anymore. It just means that TikTok is now on the clock and has about 9 months to divest the company from ByteDance to an American-controlled entity, which means over the course of the next 9 months, you're going to have all these doomsday bunker-building billionaires who are going to be trying to compete for the ability to be the new owner of TikTok. And if ByteDance refuses to sell the company, well then at that point, roughly about a year from now, is when the app would be banned. And on top of all that, there's going to be several lawsuits that will be going on because of this. Because, well, in what normal and totally not dystopian and totalitarian world does it make sense that the United States can force a company to sell its ownership to them or face being banned? I mean, hey, ask any Hawaiian or Native American. Apparently, we have some experience in this department. But here is my question, okay? If Joe shits his own pants, Biden is so determined to prevent Trump 2.0 from happening, why the would you sign a bill that would start the process of potentially banning this app? I mean, look, we all know the real reason the political hole in Washington wants this app gone, right? It's because they are terrified that for the first time in history, we're done being manipulated by the mainstream media, and we're talking to ourselves about things that are going on. Think about the Maui wildfires as an example. We hear about those fires, and before we would only have the news to give us the details about what happened. But the beauty of this app is you have people who could hear about those wildfires and be like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that the specific place that burned to the ground in Maui was the exact location that big name corporations have been trying to buy off for years to build billion-dollar resorts and capitalist wet dreams, and the only thing standing in their way were the native Hawaiians who were giving them the middle finger? And not even a full day after the fires, you had real estate moguls calling people who lost their homes or businesses being asked if they want to just sell their property since, well, it doesn't exist anymore, it's burnt down. And look, none of that may be true at all, but you see, the fact fact that I just shared that shadow of doubt with you, that's exactly what they're afraid of and why they don't want us on this app. We're not stupid. We know that's why they want to get rid of it. But Joe, look at me. Stay awake, Joe. Why would you, 6 months before an election, vote to possibly take away the one app that over 170 million Americans use? A good amount of those being people who support you. I mean, if he loses the election in November, this will go down as the biggest boneheaded move in the history of politics. Does he not realize how many young Democratic voters are on this app and absolutely love this app? The stupidest thing he could have done was vote on this. The amount of people who will choose to not vote for him because of this will be so detrimental to his campaign. Go into any comment section of any video talking about this. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. So yes, Joe Snorlax Biden may have signed it, but we still have some time. People should honestly be more upset at the fact that billions more of our tax money is going to other countries instead of, maybe helping our problems out first. And the fact that if you're a Trump Democrat, this may have been the nail in the coffin into almost guaranteeing that we see Donald retake the throne in November, because you just know all Trump has to do now is come out and be like, vote for me and I will not get rid of TikTok. Time to ask yourselves, how much do you really hate Trump? Is it worth keeping this app? This is getting good. I cannot wait for the series finale in November.
Okay, so President BDB done signed a divest or ban bill with regards to TikTok into law today. What that means, so basically, ByteDance, the parent company to TikTok, they have 9 months to sell TikTok to the US. Otherwise, TikTok finna get banned in America. It's not gonna be allowed on the Apple Store or Google Play Store. If you slick think you just not gonna delete it from your phone, that's cool too, but you're not gonna be able to update the app or none of that, and that's even more dangerous than whatever they think we got going on right now. So, but basically, according to Marco Rubio, our legislators felt like, not China being the home for the most popular app used by Americans today. Like, not that app is worth 220 billion and we only making 24.4 billion towards our GDP with this app. So what we think is y'all need to go ahead and sell to America so we can make sure y'all don't got no funny business going on with Americans' information and stuff like that. Like, no, China, we don't trust you. So then I guess the Chinese ministry people, they sick of it. So they was kind of like, America really makes our leave out itch. So check this out. Since y'all want to be funny, let's have comic view around this mug. So how about this? We don't trust Meta. Over here in China, we don't trust Meta. So Meta, you need to remove your Threads app and your Messenger app from our Chinese app store ASAP. Please and thank you. In the name of Chinese security interest. Basically, we both tit for tat. Okay? The girls is fighting. Now, as of yet, although we haven't necessarily been provided with any direct evidence that TikTok poses a national security risk for Americans by way of potentially selling our information to the Chinese Communist Party, that doesn't mean that there aren't issues there that maybe we as regular citizens are not aware of. But what that does mean is that this opens up the gate for legislation. So now what we're likely going to see is TikTok is going to sue America and be like, stop playing with us. Like, why is y'all doing this? And can we get some kind of injunctive relief? Meaning like courts, can y'all stop America from cutting us off out here in the app store before we even settle this in court, right? ACLU is for sure going to pull up with the First Amendment right violations, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. Like, we don't think this is cool. We think the government is reaching. I think the government is reaching right now. So we got to keep you in check. So we're going to see all kind of litigation like that going on. Now, the legislation doesn't kick in for 9 months. Initially, it was 6 months. But there were some legislators who negotiated, and so they pushed it out to 9 months. In addition to that, whoever the president is, I believe they can extend the deadline for up to 12 months. So what this means is that we still have time, right, to use this app right now. There's going to be a lot of probably legislation and litigation going on around this issue. In addition to that, it's an election time. It's election year. Come November, right? So we're still connected up until that point. So we still have the opportunity to communicate, to share our ideas and figure out what we're going to do next after this. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this TikTok ban. I personally am very upset about it in a way, just because I feel like I don't have clarity from our legislators and our leaders about why, one, they had to sneak this and add it into a very important piece of legislation which went towards funding for the stuff that's going on around us, right? Two, I think our calls were not listened to as American citizens, which is frustrating because I know a lot of my followers is like, my one vote don't count. And to not be listened to and not addressed as if we didn't vote for y'all, right? It just kind of makes me feel disrespected as an American citizen. And then again, as a Black woman and a Black creator, I, have made my way on this app. I got support from you all with regards to my brother. I've been able to push his story and have opportunities to push his story and get him support in that way. I've had amazing opportunities, coming from this app, from visiting the White House, right, to being able to meet with different congressional leaders and leaders in specific industries within the United States and within our government. And so it's just a little frustrating to not fully understand where that security issue lies and why our government decided to move the way they did with regards to this. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. How did they deserve? Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Show here. As you may have heard, Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is their ultimate goal. It's obviously a disappointing moment, but it does not need to be a defining one. It's actually ironic because the freedom of expression on TikTok reflects the same American values that make the United States a beacon of freedom. TikTok gives everyday Americans a powerful way to be seen and heard, and that's why so many people have made TikTok part of their daily lives. Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. We are confident and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again. Our community is filled with people who have found acceptance and compassion, offered inspiration and encouragement, increased their awareness, and brought into perspectives, ultimately adding more delight and joy to their lives. Our community is also filled with 7 million business owners who have built their livelihoods on TikTok. While we make our case in court, you'll still be able to enjoy TikTok like you always have. In fact, if you have a story about how TikTok impacts your life, we'll love for you to share it to showcase exactly what we're fighting for. Meanwhile, we will continue to invest and innovate to keep our community vibrant, exciting, and safe. Through our US data security efforts, we have built safeguards that no other peer company has made. We have invested billions of dollars to secure your data and keep our platform free from outside manipulation. I can't say this enough. This extraordinary diverse community is what makes TikTok so special, what makes it matter, and what makes it meaningful. And we'll keep working to ensure you will always have the opportunity, the safety, and the freedom to enjoy all TikTok has to offer. Thank you.
All right, so you guys just heard that. Now, this is just my opinion about it. I don't think that 46 really cares about pushing this executive order to ban TikTok, because I just frankly believe that basically he was forced to do it. The powers that be got in his ear and said, hey, these are the cards that you need to play or else. And plus, I believe that he's tired and he's just ready to go home anyway. I just think that he's extremely exhausted. I think that he wants to just spend the rest of his days playing with his grandkids and spending time with his family. And I just don't think that he cares about what happens with the election in November. And I just think that when it comes to him, the only thing that matters is the fact that he was able to obtain the highest seat in America as becoming the president. And it doesn't matter if he was a good president or a bad president, he will always be a part of American history. And in his mind, he accomplished his dream. That's just my thoughts. Now, a lot of people forget back in 2020 that 45 tried to accomplish the same thing with the ban of TikTok, but it was blocked by the courts. Now, he's changed his tune, and back on March 14th, he's saying that he believes that Facebook is more dangerous than TikTok. And he's also saying that without TikTok, that makes Facebook bigger. And he went on to say that he believes that Facebook is the enemy of the people. But he did go on to say that he feels that TikTok is still dangerous, but his gripe is with Facebook and other social media outlets. Now, as much as I hate to say this, does the US have a right to ban TikTok? Yes, they do, because China banned Instagram and Facebook over there. So the United States have the right to play in their face too. But I just think it's a bigger issue with TikTok. You know, the freedom of speech on TikTok, the education that you get from it, how to take care of your body, how to go about getting business loans, how to go about getting a house, you know, the paperwork that you need to submit. It's just a lot of things to put Americans over the hump to become more healthy. And if you become more healthy with using home remedies, who does that affect, right? The pharmaceutical companies. If you start to become more financially stable, who does that affect? It affects the government in certain ways, because maybe you don't need to go and work for nobody anymore. You have your own business and things like that. It's just a lot of things that they don't want us to know, that people, educators that grace the platform of TikTok, that they teach us on a day-to-day basis to help us. And I just think that they don't want us to get beside ourselves and start to look at them like, wait a minute, hold on. This stuff right here is just too much. Maybe we need to band together to come to some type of resolution and to stop getting stepped on by the government. I think that that's their biggest fear. I mean, let's be real. You know, when I first got on TikTok and I started looking at TikToks and things of that nature and posting certain things, you know, TikTok was taking your stuff down like really quick. But now they've relaxed. They've letting a lot of stuff slide lately. But if you go to Facebook, I call it the takedown app, and Instagram, I'm telling you, you can hardly post anything. You can say everything in the right form and fashion. Do not curse, be respectful. But because somebody doesn't align with your ideology, they'll flag your post. And guess what? You get an account warning. I mean, it's just ridiculous over there. So in my estimation, this is all about keeping the American people in the dark. This TikTok ban, they don't want us educated. They don't want us to know certain things because it affects their agenda. So anyway, I'm gonna close this right here. I'm gonna let it slide. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know about how you feel about everything that was talked about within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you brave, drop down in the comments and let a brother know who you voting for in 2024, all right? All right, take care, guys, and have a fantastic day. Peace.